Good evening. From the studios of Big Back News, I'm your anchor, bringing you an urgent and comprehensive look at the developments shaping our nation today. We begin tonight with a truly unprecedented weather event that has brought vast swathes of the United States to a virtual standstill. A colossal winter storm, described by many as a monster blizzard, continues its relentless assault across the country, profoundly impacting daily life, commerce, and the critical infrastructure that connects us all. This powerful weather system is not merely a heavy snowfall, it is a complex and dangerous blizzard exhibiting all the hallmarks of a historic event: heavy, blowing snow, whiteout conditions, and dangerously frigid temperatures. The geographic reach of this storm is staggering, affecting multiple states from the Pacific Northwest through the Mountain West, sweeping across the Great Plains and extending into portions of the Midwest and Northeast. Millions of Americans are currently contending with the direct consequences of this storm, from impassable roads to widespread power outages, forcing communities to activate emergency protocols and residents to seek shelter. The most visible and immediate impact of this blizzard has been on the nation's transportation network, particularly air travel. The latest figures are alarming, indicating over 11,000 flight cancellations across the United States. This staggering number represents a logistical nightmare for airlines, airports, and most importantly, for tens of thousands of travelers who now find themselves stranded, delayed, or forced to abandon their travel plans entirely. Major hubs in affected regions, such as Denver International, Chicago O'Hare, and Minneapolis-St. Paul International, have seen operations severely curtailed, with many flights grounded indefinitely. Passengers are reporting extended waits, a scarcity of available rebooking options, and the frustration of being separated from their destinations, often without clear timelines for resumption of service. The ripple effect of these cancellations is profound, extending far beyond the immediate period of the storm. It will take days, if not weeks, for airlines to clear the backlog of passengers and reposition aircraft and crew, impacting travel schedules nationwide and even internationally. This disruption is not confined to passenger travel. Cargo flights, essential for supply chains, are also facing severe delays, potentially leading to shortages or price increases for goods in the coming weeks. Beyond the skies, ground transportation has fared no better, with countless roads and highways becoming treacherous or outright impassable. State departments of transportation across the affected zones have issued dire warnings, urging against all non-essential travel. Major interstate arteries, vital for commerce and personal mobility, have been closed in multiple states due to whiteout conditions, accumulating snow, and numerous accidents. Snowplow crews are working around the clock, battling against relentless snowfall and drifting snow, often struggling to keep even primary routes open. The hazards extend beyond mere inconvenience. Several multi-vehicle collisions have been reported, leading to injuries and, tragically, some fatalities. Emergency responders are stretched thin, responding to stranded motorists, minor accidents, and calls for assistance from homes cut off by snowdrifts. For the trucking industry, this storm represents a significant blow. Critical shipments of food, fuel, and medical supplies are facing substantial delays, further straining supply chains already dealing with existing pressures. The economic ramifications of halted ground transport will be felt for days as businesses grapple with missed deliveries, disrupted operations, and the challenge of getting employees to and from work safely. The blizzard's destructive power extends to critical infrastructure, with power outages emerging as a significant concern across the affected areas. Frigid temperatures, combined with heavy, wet snow and high winds, have downed power lines and damaged electrical equipment. Utility companies are mobilizing crews, but the sheer scale of the outages, combined with hazardous travel conditions, makes restoration efforts challenging and often dangerous. Millions of homes and businesses have lost power, forcing residents to contend with bitter cold without heating, light, or the ability to cook. For vulnerable populations, particularly the elderly and those with medical conditions, these outages pose a direct and immediate threat to health and safety. Local authorities have opened warming centers and shelters, urging those without heat to seek refuge. Beyond electricity, telecommunications infrastructure is also under stress, with reports of intermittent cell service and internet outages, further isolating communities and hindering emergency communications. The resilience of these systems is being tested to its limits, highlighting the critical need for robust infrastructure capable of withstanding increasingly extreme weather events. The economic ripple effects of such a widespread and severe weather event are complex and far-reaching. Retail sectors are experiencing a sharp decline in sales as consumers stay home, impacting everything from local small businesses to large chain stores. The hospitality industry, particularly hotels and restaurants in travel corridors, is also feeling the pinch as travel grinds to a halt. Energy consumption has spiked in unaffected or less severely affected areas as people increase heating, while disrupted supply lines for natural gas and other fuels could lead to price volatility. Agricultural sectors, especially livestock farmers, are facing unique challenges, ensuring the safety and well-being of their animals in extreme cold and managing access to feed and water. Insurance companies are bracing for a surge in claims related to property damage, vehicle accidents, and business interruptions. The cumulative economic cost of this blizzard, when factoring in lost productivity, property damage, and recovery efforts, is expected to run into the hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, representing a significant drag on regional and national economic activity. Humanitarian and safety concerns remain paramount as the blizzard continues. Emergency services, including paramedics, fire departments, and search and rescue teams, are operating under immense pressure. They are responding to an increased number of medical emergencies related to cold exposure, falls on icy surfaces, and carbon monoxide poisoning from improper heating methods. Public health officials are issuing stern warnings about the dangers of frostbite and hypothermia, advising residents on how to stay safe in extreme cold. The psychological toll on those stranded, isolated, or dealing with prolonged power outages should also not be underestimated. Community support networks are crucial during these times, with neighbors helping neighbors and volunteers stepping up to assist in any way possible. Shelters are providing warmth, food, and comfort to those displaced or without adequate heating, serving as critical lifelines in a crisis that transcends mere inconvenience, becoming a genuine threat to public safety and well-being. Government agencies at all levels have rapidly mobilized their resources. Numerous states have declared states of emergency, activating National Guard units to assist with rescue operations, road clearing, and logistics. The National Weather Service continues to issue updated warnings and advisories, stressing the persistence of dangerous conditions. Federal agencies are coordinating with state and local counterparts to ensure resources are available where most needed. Officials are continuously urging the public to heed warnings, avoid unnecessary travel, and check on vulnerable neighbors. The focus now turns to not only weathering the immediate impact, but also planning for the extensive recovery efforts that will be required once the storm passes, including debris removal, infrastructure repair, and assisting communities in getting back on their feet. While our broadcast often delves into the complexities of international finance, global politics, and the latest advancements in technology, the sheer magnitude and immediate impact of this domestic weather crisis have necessitated our singular focus today. The unfolding events across the United States demand our full attention as the safety and well-being of millions of Americans hang in the balance. Similarly, for our local New York City audience, while the city may not be at the epicenter of the blizzard's most extreme conditions, the ripple effects are certainly being felt. Travel to and from the metropolitan area has been severely impacted by the flight cancellations at major regional airports and disruptions on national rail and bus lines. Essential goods and services reliant on national supply chains may experience delays. City emergency services are on heightened alert, monitoring for any potential impacts from extreme cold or secondary effects of the national disruption. Residents are advised to stay informed through local channels for any specific citywide advisories. That concludes our comprehensive report for this evening. We thank you for trusting Big Back News to keep you informed during these critical times. Stay safe, stay warm, and we will continue to monitor these developing stories and bring you the very latest updates as they unfold. Good night.